Welcome back, everybody. What is today, the 9th? And we're still dealing, this is little. The bigger one is actually dried up. So we're still dealing with some water on the road and everywhere else. I mean, all of this, as you can see, was underwater. I mean, that's a whole tree. Crazy. Yeah, see, water was flowing through here. It's amazing how this soil does not accept water. It's this crazy clay. That's why people in Texas have to water their houses, water the foundations. Number one, it doesn't absorb the water. The water just sits on it. Number two, when it does absorb the water, it expands greatly. And then when it dries up, it contracts more than most. So it looks like there's a little creek over here that's probably what flooded. So then you have just crazy runoff that's caused all of these floods. You know, and something that I was not aware of is because of that, it's kind of nicknamed the flash flood area, capital, whatever you want to say, of this whole area through Texas. I'm in New Braunfels. But yeah, between like San Antonio and Austin and heading west. So we are not on the river road, but I am going to the river road, but I'm not going to record it. The only thing I'm going to record is any little baby water crossings. So I'll see everybody down the road. And we are back. And yes, I'm on the river road. Like I said, we're only going to do the water crossings or any water that's on the road. But I wanted to. This is crazy. I mean, this shows you. I don't think anybody's behind me, so let me come up here. And the GoPro might not. I'm sorry, it's not even a GoPro. So we have a camper in the woods here, and we have another one down. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to pick it up, but yeah, we got this one right here. This is more than likely the base of it, and some of the side walls. It's a big one. Single axle. It's absolutely crazy. Crazy, crazy, crazy. And then today we're just going to take it easy. I should be at work, but I had a procedure. I had a couple injections in my lower back. I'm not feeling the best. So we're just going to take it nice and easy, go for a ride, go home, and we're going to chill today for sure. I was just a little tent. We got some big tents, got some little tents. So I'll be back. All right, I think we're back. Yeah, so look at this poor camper. The steps are all just wasted on that side. This thing had water through it. Dang. Crazy. And then they had to re-gravel all of this. They lost all their gravel. Well, and, I mean, you can see all the debris. Porta-John. Anybody need a Porta-John? But yeah, I mean, the river looks about the same. There's a lot of tubes and stuff I noticed. Yeah, a lot of tubes. But we live south of the dam up here. So they dammed the Guadalupe, made Canyon Lake. The major flood in Kerrville, which I am going to stay away from until, you know, they have everything under control there, empties into Canyon Lake. So we were spared because of the dam. The lake was down like, I don't know, 50 foot, 30 to 40 foot. It's down a lot. It was at 47% full, and it's gained about 15% with this last flood, which is crazy. But yeah, we were spared because of that dam. If not, I mean, who knows how bad this would have been. How much worse, I should have said. But yeah, it's crazy. Make sure we're recording here. I think this is where the little waterfall is that I saw. Just tiny little bit of water right there. Is this the waterfall? Oh yeah. Super pretty. I think I could stay there a minute and just listen. Big trailer to fit through that little gate. All right, so I'll be back. I think there's one that's going to be fairly deep still, maybe. We'll see. So here we go. This is going to be, I think, the last. This is a bigger one. This has got some water to it. This is that creek that I've never ever seen full of water ever, and we're chilling it. Well, it's coming up and over the rims. And this is what they do in Texas. Like they drop the road down into where the creek would normally flow, because there's just hardly ever a point where there's water through them. So it doesn't matter, you know what I'm saying? And then you have a big rain event and it does matter. Oh, big yawn. All right, so I'll get back once I start the ride. All right, everybody, now we're doing the ride, and maybe you can see what road I'm on. I don't know. 2757. Yeah. I don't have my glasses on, so I can't see a foot in front of me. So this is normally how I come into the river road, but we are exiting the river road, and we're just going to ride along this road. I forget where it goes. We are below the lake. The lake would be right onto my right. Just pretty much over this hill is Canyon Lake. Super close to the house. So Debbie and I, we went for a ride over the weekend, and we ended up at Canyon Lake just, you know, to see how much the lake has filled up. We were shocked with the amount of debris that was in the lake. You know, it's just crazy. But the story I want to tell is, so I have this big tablet that I use for navigation, and most of the time it just sits here. But when I stop, you know, we wanted to walk down to the lake. I don't want to leave my helmet sitting on the Spider because I got a comm system, I got the camera, and it's just, those are such a, pick up the helmet and you go, and I'm out $1,000+. So I took the tablet off and I threw it in the front, took my helmet down to the lake, got some pictures and some video, came back and was like, where's the key to the Spider? Now, I've lost my key before. It was a trip into Maryland, I think, from Ohio, and it fell out of my hand. I was trying to carry too much stuff, and it fell underneath the tire and a whole bunch of leaves. I had my spare key, so it wasn't a big deal, but found it the next morning. So, you know, I'm just like, what in the world? Pull everything out of my pockets. You know, and I'm like, well, maybe when I put the tablet in the front, I dropped the key, but I remembered putting it in my right pocket. Certain things go in certain places in my pockets, people. So, like my money clip wallet thing, it's in my left pocket. The house keys will be in my left pocket, and the right pocket would be my cell phone. And then if I bring the extra spider key, it will go in whatever pocket doesn't have the original spider key. So yeah, after about 20 minutes of trying to get in the front padiddle and another padiddle, that's two, Debbie. I pretty much gave up. And this guy comes up and he's like, "You haven't found your key yet?" And I'm like, "No." And he's like, are you sure you checked your pockets? And I'm like, yeah. And he's like, what about the little pocket in your right front pocket? So I put my hand down and I'm like, I don't feel it. It's not there. But, you know, I wanted to check it. So I put my finger in this pocket, and sure enough, there's the key to my spider. So instead of putting the key in my pocket, I must have slid it in there for whatever reason. I never ever use that pocket, but I'm glad I found the key. And we ended the ride and we went home and drank a lot of water because it's hot in Texas and I need to start carrying water with me. Yeah, that was the story. We got stuff. It's Walmart days. So Debbie and I last night, we put just a small order and we got like 3 cases of water, 50 toothbrushes, 6 things of toothpaste, 3 40 packs of water, you know, some shampoo, just some basics, some razors, stuff like that. So we're gonna get those donated off this week. So it's letting me know we had another order ship. I should be looking for a road sign. And why is there a school bus? It's summertime. Nice old Chevy. But yeah, hill country. So where we live, it's crazy. So on, I don't know how 35, it would probably be the east side of 35. It's pretty flat. But then on the west side of 35 is hill country, and we live right on 35 basically. So, you know, I can get to hill country super quick, and I'm still trying to find really good roads to ride. With my wife being a shirt, she carries the phone, so a lot of rides are after work, and I just don't have a lot of time to go scouting for new roads. That's why, you know, I've been on the river road so many times, because it's the best road when you only have an hour to ride. So she said once she gives back the phone, which will be this month before Florida, the riding can change a little bit. There you go, you get a Class C to pull your travel trailer. Oh, I can see a sign. 2673. I was close. I said, what, 2575? Not bad. I was only off a couple numbers. And I'm not quite sure where this road goes, to be honest with you. So we're just going to ride it. I've been on it before because I remember all these little buildings. I don't even know what town I'm in. Val's Easy Wash. Startsville. You know when you're lost, but you're not lost? Does that make sense? I'm looking for a road, people. A lot of people out on their bikes. I guess that's what you do when you're retired. I'll ride one too, but it'll just have 2 and 3 wheels with a motor. So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to find this road or not. It's no big deal if I don't. I'll find it eventually. The terrain definitely I mean, this is a desert. West Texas, southern Texas. There, well, that's pretty. Have a little rest area up on the hill. That's cute. This is the road. Oh, let's do a hard stop. Hard stop, people. So yeah, there we go. This is the road I wanted, just for this one view. So I guess on that, I'll let everybody go. Hopefully you enjoyed the ride, and you know, thoughts and prayers with all the people that have been affected by this huge flood that we've had down here in Texas. And yeah, just speechless. And I mean, we haven't even ventured out to see the damage, and we're not going to, not yet. Let people do what they need to do before we go. So if you could, on that somber note, please give me a big thumbs up. Stay safe, everybody. I'll see you down the road. It's time to listen to Justin Moore.